I made it to the park. I haven't walked yet, but I did make it to the park, and I've had a lot of things going through my head of things to continue to talk about, and so these videos will be as long as they are. That's the beauty of it being my page and my social media, that I can do what I want to do. So one of the things that I wanted to say is that sometimes the holidays can be difficult for me. And I don't just mean like Christmas holidays or Thanksgiving holidays. I mean any holiday in terms of like Father's Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day. And the reason why is because growing up, we used to have big family celebrations on my father's side of the family. It would be a time where all of us would get together. And it seems like in the late 80s when my father was murdered, and then a couple other people in the family also died. My Uncle Jimmy, my Uncle Bill, even though it's not like he was around. But it just seemed like the families just stopped getting together as much. Either that or they would like break off in these factions. And it was just always difficult for me after my father died, no matter where I was, even if I was at like family's house or Friendsgiving or whatever, I would always have this feeling of like missing my father. Whew, it's making me a little bit emotional. And so I did have a good holiday this holiday, even though I didn't go around anyone. And as I've gotten older, and it's been many, many years since my father passed, over 30 years, I've gotten better at weathering through the holidays. But sometimes the holidays can be difficult still. But especially too because, you know, our family, we had, you know, really fun times and really great get-togethers growing up. And now my family on my dad's side is all spread apart. We're all over the map in terms of being in different places. And even if I were to like go to the Bay Area to hang out with my family or visit my family, it's not the same as when my dad was here. So sometimes the holidays can be difficult, but I did good this Thanksgiving, I feel like, and had an enjoyable time with myself, and it was all good. So that's just a little bit of transparency of Nicole D. Ford's world. And like I said, this video, once I put it all together, it's going to be long, but that was on my mind that I wanted to talk about. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that, as many of you know now, I really don't like talking on the phone. If I'm going to have a conversation with you, I would rather be able to see you face to face and meet you in person, or even possibly do like a Google Meet. I don't have an iPhone, so not FaceTime. But I like to see people's face and be able to read their face and make sure that I'm not boring them or that they're paying attention to what I'm saying. I really don't love FaceTime and stuff like that. I would rather do like an appointment and a Zoom call kind of thing where we have a very like intentional kind of conversation. But also I would say what makes it hard for me sometimes is that I am not, obviously when I'm vlogging, I do talk quite a bit, but generally speaking, I really don't follow celebrity gossip. I don't really follow the news. I really don't follow things going on. Although I did see the P. Diddy documentary on Netflix, and I would say that was really, really well done. But don't call me to talk about it because I'm not interested in that. I don't really shop. As you can see, I'm wearing my dashikis all the time. So it's like I don't want to talk about shopping. Most of the time I don't watch even though I have subscriptions to quite a few things, I don't really watch too much television. There's some YouTube channels that I like, but am I going to sit around talking to you about it? Probably not. So, what do I like to talk about? I like to talk about your plans, your possibilities. And I really hate people who complain all the time and gossip about other people. Like, that's not interesting to me at all. And people who are always complaining and don't have any agency over their life, it's like, I was going to say, girl, get a life. But yeah, I don't like unhappy people. I don't like fear-based people. And I'm not saying that be who you are and do what you want to do, but don't waste my time trying to talk to me, because I'm not interested in any of that stuff. Like, I would rather talk about your plans, your possibilities, your dreams, your hopes, and what you plan to do about that. And so, and I also like to hang out with people who like activities and doing things, as opposed to, because I don't drink alcohol, so it's not like I want to go out for drinks and all the things. So anyway, I say all that to say that sometimes I'm doing stuff like this, going to the park and just going for a walk. And now that I've discovered vlogging, and and I generally like people who are optimistic and who have agency over their life. I understand that we all go through things, and I'm here to support my friends and family as they're going through things. But some of y'all are just addicted to complaining and doom and gloom, and that's much more difficult for me. Anyway, I'm getting hot, so I need to roll the window down. And I have one more thing that I want to talk about. Then I'm going to go for my walk. And then I'm going to go home and make me some breakfast. Okay, I said I was going to make me some breakfast. And I really do not like to cook. But it'll be a low maintenance breakfast because I'm hungry. And there's nowhere where I feel like going out to eat, which I would happily do if I had a taste for something. So I have a taste for my own home-cooked meal. And so anyways, the other thing I wanted to also talk about is that I love people who are organized. They like to plan. I can be spontaneous as well. Like, spontaneous is not a thing, but I don't like to be chronically spontaneous. I like to have plans. I'm not saying that I'm the type of person that says, oh yeah, 6 months from now, I'll go with you to, the Bahamas or something, because I don't know what my life is going to look like in 6 months. But I do like to make plans. I do like to use my calendar. I have a very organized to-do list, and I do not like chaos. I like things to be orderly. And I like people who are dependable and reliable, who communicate well, and are responsive. I love responsive people. And so I just want to give a shout out to my painter who came and painted my house, the exterior of my house. He was a dream to work with. I really, really liked him. I liked how he communicated. He only called me when it was absolutely necessary to have a conversation. So he was comfortable texting me. And I just really, really felt a peaceful vibe working with him because he was so organized and on point. I remember when he first arrived to my house, the morning that he was doing the painting, and him and his guys were there. And I was just kind of standing there looking at them like, what do you need me to do? And it was like, we don't need you to do nothing, girl. Go inside and we'll let you know when we need something. And even then he would text me saying, okay, I need this now. But he hardly needed anything from me. And it was just such a wonderful feeling of being taken care of by somebody who's responsible and who's communicative and who's organized. And like, he said, I'll be there Sunday at 7 o'clock. Him and his guys were there. And so anyways, just shout out to people who are organized. I really love that. I love people who are dependable and reliable. You can count on them. They're on time. I really, really, really have a strong appreciation for that. I do not like people who chronically reach out to me at the last minute for stuff. Like, that's just a way of getting a no from me, especially if you're chronic. If it's every once in a while, I understand things happen and things happen at the last minute. I understand that. But if you do everything at the last minute, we're probably not compatible. It's like, that just doesn't work for me. That is just way too chaotic. So anyways, I'm about to go for my walk. And see, this is an idea that I didn't have planned or whatever. So it's spontaneous. So I'm capable of being spontaneous, but I also like to make plans, especially when it involves other people. I like using a calendar, and I like calendar invites and all the things. But I can be spontaneous, but if you're chronically last minute, that shit just doesn't work for me. I like organized people. So anyways, I'm about to go for my walk. So let me just add that here's an annoying point, is that my HOA, I have been the responsible person. As soon as my house was painted, I went on their portal and I sent them pictures of my house and said that my house was painted, because they're making everybody in the community repaint their house, right? So I do all that, very responsible, get that done. Not to even mention the problems that I had with them earlier this year, where they were not communicating well and etc. I can't stand people who don't communicate well. And I shouldn't say I can't stand, because I don't want to claim that in the universe, but I really love people who communicate well and communicate in a way that not only shows that they can read, but that they can also write, and that they're responsible and responsive. So not only was my HOA not responsive, but they also, even when they did respond, didn't answer the questions that I articulated. And, you know, I used to think, oh, well, you know, maybe Nicole, you need to make adjustments or whatever. But I realized that now that my world is filled with people who communicate well and are responsive and organized and all that shit, I just realized that I was around the wrong fucking people. So anyway, point is that I do all this. I'm responsible. I also sent an email to the email address that the HOA provided. I did both. I sent the email and went in the portal, and you could see in the portal where my email is in there. And so now it's annoying, because I opened the mail today and I have a letter from the HOA saying, you are in violation, please repaint your house. I freaking hate people who are disorganized. I don't hate you personally, but I can't stand, no. I don't want to be around you. I don't like disorganization. Like, be fucking responsible and be professional. So now I gotta go, and, you know, I understand I said I have stuff to do that I want to do, but now I gotta go take a picture of the letter, go into the portal, tell them again, I already painted the house and you guys haven't even acknowledged, which I asked you to do on November 23rd, that I repainted the house. So anyway, I know I just said that I don't like people who complain all the time, but I don't feel like I complain all the time. But this is the complaint. So anyway, now I'm going on my walk. I just saw the letter sitting on my seat, and I was like, oh yeah, I want to talk about that. So here I am walking, and you can see I need to still work on my level of fitness.